What I'll do is, if they feel like Costo, I'll put a 200% tariff on his wines and champagnes.
Donald Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron have gotten into a public dispute with one another today over Trump's bogus peace council, his moronic Greenland policy, tariffs, of course, and even leaked text messages. Yeah, there is a lot to this story. Just across the board here, Macron showing himself to be the adult in the room and just a competent person trying to work with another world leader, but Trump again looking like the petulant man-baby child that he really is, and just not meeting the moment, as is the case with everything at Donald Trump. And trust me, this story has a lot of twists and turns, so be sure to stick around until the end to hear all about it. And do us a favor, if you like this video, leave a like down below, comment, subscribe to the channel, and share this video around so more people can see it. We'd really appreciate that. But okay, let's jump in. We're going to start with this speech that Emmanuel Macron gave at the World Economic Forum, giving a total rebuke of Trump and his policies. Starting off strong, let's take a look.
But we do prefer respect to bullies, we do prefer science to plotism, and we do prefer rule of law to brutality. We have a place where rule of law and predictability is still the rule of the game. And my guess is that it is largely underpriced by the market. Having a place like Europe, which sometimes is too slow, for sure, and needs to be reformed, for sure, but which is predictable, loyal, and where you know that the rule of the game is just the rule of law, it's a good place.
Macron immediately showing who the adult is in this situation here and just publicly rebuking Trump and just calling him out for being the bully that he is more than most European leaders are doing right now. So this is great to see. Macron is emphasizing here the reliable and trustworthy nature and allyship of the European Union and NATO, and that Trump is throwing all of that away for more power, more control, more influence. Like, seriously, this guy is unhinged. And Macron is calling that out publicly on a world stage, that Trump is ruining our relations with Europe and the rest of the world, and he is being publicly dragged through the mud for it on the international stage. This is amazing. Macron finishes his speech here with another rebuke of Trump, and it is awesome. Take a look.
And here in the epicenter of this continent, we do believe that we need more growth, we need more stability in this world. But we do prefer respect to bullies, we do prefer science to plotism, and we do prefer rule of law to brutality. You're welcome in Europe, and you are more than welcome to France.
Since it is the World Economic Forum, most of the talks and speeches are talking about economics. Go figure. Wow, who would have thought? But also diplomacy, right? Because this is the time where many world leaders would meet up with one another and do world leader stuff. I don't know. But we can see here that Macron is talking in his speech about growth and stability, and he recognizes that none of that is possible with Donald Trump at the helm of the world economy and the United States, because Trump is pushing friends away, he is unreliable, he is untrustworthy, he is unpredictable, right? So that is making negotiations and all of that kind of near impossible. Because Trump wants to have influence and control over the entire world to better himself and his buddies. He is trying to establish this board of peace council thing, which charges leaders $1 billion for a permanent spot, by the way. Yeah, it sounds like a racket to me. It seems like a scam to get Trump's pockets even more lined with the cash of, other countries. But beside the point, it's just so obviously a crappy attempt for Trump to usurp influence over something like NATO or these other peace councils, while at the same time lining his pockets, right? Because Macron said that he would not join this council as it is a scam and also makes no sense. And also Putin, the warmonger, war criminal, was asked to join the council at behest of Donald Trump. So Trump and Putin on a board of peace, not exactly my cup of tea, but all right, yeah, sure. But this was Trump's insane response when he heard that Macron was a potential no on joining this council.
Have you invited President Putin to be a member of the Board of Peace? Yeah, he's been invited.
Do you have any response to President Macron saying he will not join the Board of Peace?
Oh, did he say that? Well,
yeah.
Nobody wants him because he's going to be out of office very soon. So, that's all right. What I'll do is, if they feel like Costo, I'll put a 200% tariff on his wines and champagnes, and he'll join. But He doesn't have to join. If he said that, you're probably giving it to me a little bit differently.
Just showing what a child he really is. You won't join my fake peace council? Okay, well, no one even wants you there, and no one, and you're a loser, and you're out of power soon, and no one even likes you. But if you don't join, I'm also going to tariff you 200%. So which is it, Trump? Do you not want him to join, or do you want him to join, and so you're going to force him to join by raising tariffs on wine and cheese? Like, Trump is such a petulant loser. He can never be the adult. He can never rise to the situation. He can never take the high road. He can never even meet people where they're at, right? He always has to go low. Just immediate attacks and insults and threats. No wonder no one wants to work with this guy. But it gets even crazier. If Macron didn't have a bad blood for Trump before all of this, he definitely does now after Trump leaked his private text messages that he received from Macron. Let's take a look. So Trump posted this on his Truth Social, and it reads, note from President Emmanuel Macron of France. And it says, my friend, we are totally in line on Syria. We can do great things on Iran. I do not understand what you are doing on Greenland. Let us try to build great things. 1, I can set up a G7 meeting after Davos in Paris on Thursday afternoon. I can invite the Ukrainians, the Danish, the Syrians, and the Russians in the margins. 2, let us have a dinner together in Paris together on Thursday before you go back to the US. Emmanuel. Okay. Macron trying to be a reasonable person with an unreasonable tyrant, right? Trying to find this common ground, trying to find places of agreement, trying to find places where maybe they could meet in the middle on some things, being genuine and earnest, an attempt to work with Trump here, right? And scheduling events with leaders to talk about Greenland and Iran and Syria and all these things and Trump's actions, and even invites him to a dinner in Paris to meet with him personally. He personally sends Trump this message, and he gets posted publicly online. Like, this is Mean Girls behavior. You know, this is like high school. This is middle school, right? Just purely spiteful, incompetent slop coming from the president here. Like, what was he thinking? Right? This is an earnest attempt. This is a private exchange in good faith from the world leader of France. And he posts it like it's some middle school drama. It's just, it's completely, it boggles the mind, right? This should be a clear sign to all European and world leaders that Trump is not trustworthy or worthy of your time at all, right? He will turn his back on you. He will invade you. He will tax you. He will publicly post your private messages, right? There is no more long-standing agreements. There's no more treaties or these handshake deals because Trump doesn't want to honor them, right? He only does what he wants to do when he feels like it, right? Trump is sending a clear message here that if you can't do as you're told, if you don't follow the bullet point list that is being laid out to you by this regime, then you are not welcome to work with the United States. This will only go so far, right? This iron fist mentality will only go so far. World leaders and European leaders are going to turn their backs on us soon. All of this is coming as Trump further increases the pressure, posting these unhinged garbage AI slop posts on his Truth Social, including depictions of him planting the U.S. flag in Greenland, calling it a U.S. territory. This was also posted by the White House Twitter account, and then he also posted a photo of himself showing Canada and Greenland as part of the United States in insane levels of derangement. And not only that, he reposted this Truth Social post calling out the enemy within, that's scary, and also that the real threat is the UN and NATO. The post reads, so at what point are we going to realize the enemy is within? China and Russia are the boogeyman when the real threat is UN, NATO, and this, quote, religion. I put, quote, religion in quotes because it's not a religion, it's a cult. Yeah, I went there. This was reposted by the leader of the free world, by the way. Yeah. Trump is just completely unhinged, right? He needs to be stopped. He is torching the nation's reputation on the world stage and looking like a complete and utter fool while doing it. You know, just a complete embarrassment across the board. And that will mean higher prices and more unrest here at home. But as we have seen, there are people standing up to Trump across the world and also here in the United States. Just take a look at Gavin Newsom here, perfectly isolating the problem and showing how to deal with Trump to Europeans.
Well, I don't want to be hyperbolic about it, but this guy's a wrecking ball. I hope people are waking up to what we're dealing with. It's code red. I mean, you guys are still playing by all set of rules. Everybody, the globe is, with this guy. He's unmoored. It's the law of the jungle. It's the rule of dawn. And I hope it's dawning on world what we're up against. I mean, this is serious. This guy is, he's not mad. He's very intentional, but he's unmoored and he's unhinged, and it requires you. The goal is whatever he wants it to be.
Newsom being one of the few people actually using his platform to speak out and use his voice against Trump is encouraging, but at the same time, we need more, right? We need more leadership like this across the Democratic Party, utilizing their platforms to speak out against Trump every single second that they can use, and not use what Newsom says is like the old world, right? Like Newsom is right, okay? The world and the governments and here in the States and abroad, they're using the old methods, right? They're trying to be diplomatic. They're trying to be, a normal with Trump, and that is not how he works, right? Trump doesn't care about that. So there's nothing you can do to stop him unless you change your priorities, unless you change your motives, and if you change how you act around Trump, then you can actually properly counter his deranged behavior. But Danish MP, in my opinion, may say it even better here, and he really is just saying what we're all thinking, so it's pretty incredible. Why don't you take a look?
Let me put this in words you might understand. Mr. President, fuck off.
Quick, to the point, clear, understandable, and I 100% agree. Yeah, no notes from me. Trump is unhinged, right? And he is just pushing our friends away, and they're going other places for trade agreements, right? Just look at Macron here.
China is welcome, but what we need is more Chinese foreign direct investment in Europe in some key sectors to contribute to our growth, to transfer some technologies.
Europe is moving to China, right? They're moving away from the United States, and I can't blame them. Right? China is innovating its technology. They are not taxing their friends and their neighbors. They are focused on spreading influence and control through economic and diplomatic means, whereas the United States is using just cold hard steel and power, which does not bode very well. It is not very friendly. It is not very welcoming, right? No one would want to work with someone like that. China is the manufacturing superpower of the world and is utilizing strategies that the United States once did back in the 1900s to actually become this global dominant superpower, but now they are just becoming more and more isolated under Donald Trump. Trump is no good, right? He never has been, but he has been in office for 1 year now in his second term, and hopefully the midterms will curb his power. But until then and after, we must fight against this tyrant as many times as we can. He is not helping you or me, he is not helping the world, and he is being called out for it, right? People are recognizing that, and that is the silver lining here, right? Everyone is waking up to his nonsense across the planet. It is only a matter of time before he is gone. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel. It's a super great and easy and free way to show your support. Be sure to comment your thoughts and share this video around. We'd also really appreciate it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you. Goodbye.